Hey there friends and enemies, JoPa here again, and today we are at the 1 minute countdown for the Borderlands 4 State of Play, where we should be getting a ton of new gameplay and information about the game, which recently changed release dates and moved it forward by 2 weeks. Now, there was a lot of speculation that this was because of Grand Theft Auto 6, or so it doesn't compete with the launch date of Marathon. But Randy Pitchford, the head of Gearbox, actually came out and said that they moved it just because of how confident they are in the team, because this was just a better fit. I don't know how much I necessarily believe that personally. I think there's probably a lot of factors, like, yeah, they might have been really confident, but also heard word about the GTA 6 release date because they are under the same publisher at 2K. Anyway, we are at the countdown 5 and 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we'll get hopefully a ton of interesting information live, and this is my first reaction, so let's see it. Trailer to start things off. This is going to be one of my top games of the year for sure. I know Borderlands 3 gets a lot of flack, but I actually really enjoyed it. I do like that they're going darker with it though.
Is a killer, a brute, a rule-breaking, loot-taking, running and gunning.
I have it in the subtitles in
mayhem.
German for some reason.
I take that personally.
Yeah, this looks sick. New enemy types, new weapons. Exploding barrels. I've killed so many teammates with those exploding barrels. Yo, that turret looks sick. What? Is that a tiger? Do we get, please? Yes, we can summon a tiger. Let's go. Yo, that big-headed enemy looked like MODOK.
Been enacted. Violators will be shot on sight.
Yeah, this looks sick. Oh, that is a great looking block. I'm all in. I'm locked already.
Heyo, I'm Randy Pitchford, founder of Gearbox Entertainment. Today, we're giving you our deepest look yet at Borderlands 4. All the excitement, loot, and gnarly carnage all running on PlayStation 5 Pro.
Oh yeah.
Since creating the looter shooter genre nearly 16 years ago, we've continued to refine the formula, delivering better loot, greater freedom, and endless mayhem. And with Borderlands 4, we pushed things even further.
The story wasn't what everyone wanted for Borderlands 3, but I thought the gameplay was really good.
Bigger and badder enemies and a brand new planet, all in service of making you feel like a total badass.
It's the perfect entry point for new players, with incredible new places and a great story. And for our longtime Borderlands fans, we're throwing back to our more grounded tone, while pushing gameplay ahead further than ever before.
Yeah, that looks sick. The movement looks interesting to me.
Years of hard work from my teammates across the Gearbox studios. So enough talk, let's get it. This is Borderlands 4.
Yeah, this looks very clean as well. Like, I feel like the graphics took such a really nice step forward with Borderlands 4, which you'd expect, especially on PS5 Pro, but it's a good sign for sure.
Borderlands is an unforgiving sci-fi universe where life is cheap and guns are plentiful. You play as a vault hunter, a badass mercenary with powerful abilities called action skills.
Today I'm playing as Vex, our new siren.
She looks sick.
Supernatural phase energy to devastating effect.
Is she the one that summoned the tiger because it was purple?
Or channel it to conjure deadly minions
yes,
that fight
this is my main right here.
And because everything's better in co-op, I'm joining as Rafa, a former TDR soldier who wears an experimental exosuit. He can digistruct an arsenal of weapons, like the razor-sharp.
Okay, that's sick too. What?
These are two of our 4 new Vault Hunters that you can play at launch.
Some people didn't like the design, but I think it's
Borderlands
pretty
4 takes
good.
place on Kairos, an all-new planet steeped in conflict. For thousands of years, the Timekeeper kept the planet hidden, controlling its inhabitants with bolts, cybernetic implants fused to their spines. Anyone who stepped out of line was brutally crushed by his army of synthetic soldiers known as the Order.
That is until 6
Interesting.
years ago when Elpis showed up. This rogue moon was teleported away from Pandora at the end of Borderlands 3 by the legendary
love the
Vault
tie-in.
hunter Lilith. When it reappeared across the galaxy, it crashed into the protective veil around Kairos. The results were devastating. A planet-wide cataclysmic event that disrupted the Timekeeper's perfect order.
Now people all across Kairos have started rising up.
Yeah,
Some
this
even
is a
ripping out
really
their
interesting
bolts,
story.
and chunks of their brain along with it.
Here it comes!
That's the situation our Vault Hunters have crash landed into.
That
A
is
planet ready to
sick
explode,
environment.
and you're the spark. As you explore, you'll meet a cast of incredible characters. Fan favorites return, like Zane and Moxie.
Sick, very nice. Zane looks old and
You'll also meet new
rugged.
friends like Rush.
And as always,
Claptrap.
is along for the ride.
Last but not least is Echo 4. This helpful drone follows you everywhere, hacking order tech, scanning the environment, and helping guide you to objectives.
Interesting.
But enough of all that. Let's get into the game.
Thanks to our improved lobby system, it's easier than ever to join up with your friends on the fly.
Thank you. It's
And
the
with full crossplay at launch, you can play with your
oh,
friends
that's
on any
awesome.
platform.
Yeah, the co-op has been an immense frustration
Today,
in Borderlands
we're
in
venturing
the past.
into Terminus Range, a frigid, mountainous region.
Full
This is
co-op
just
and
one of the
crossplay
4
is huge.
zones on Kairos that you can seamlessly explore. There's next to no loading time, just endless looting and shooting mayhem.
For our current mission, we need to break into a secret black site located deep in the mountains. One of the Timekeeper's generals, Vile Lichter, has been conducting grotesque experiments on locals. It's up to us to stop him.
All right, let's get moving. Here I'm using Glide, one of our new movement abilities.
Okay.
Along with dash, double jump, climbing, and point grapple, these make getting around more fun.
I
and
like
add a ton
that.
of utility to
Add
combat.
some verticality to the map. That's fantastic.
As you traverse, you'll uncover a vast and beautiful world. And to bring Kairos to life, we've introduced dynamic weather and events, so you constantly have new things to discover.
I like
There's
that a
also
lot
plenty
too.
of local wildlife to contend with, like these Cratch, flying beasts who attack in flocks.
Oh yeah, here we go. Gunplay looks really
Here
clean.
we've come across a silo, one of several new activities in Borderlands 4.
You'll naturally discover short gameplay experiences like this all across Kairos. There's no need to pick up a mission first. These are auto-granted and tracked on your HUD.
Silos house old, decommissioned order tech that you can hijack for the Crimson Resistance.
With the help of Echo 4, we'll hack into their network and release the communications balloon.
Yeah, so essentially these look like public events from like Destiny or something like that. The rewards will be interesting. That's a big key for some events like this. What the hell is that?
Now that we're in charge, we can fast travel to the silo. And as a bonus, it's revealed the approximate location of a vault key fragment. We can collect these fragments to unlock a hidden vault, a high-level dungeon with challenging combat and serious loot.
Okay, I like this step forward for Borderlands.
Let's get after it.
I'm really curious about the end game too.
Another nice thing about silos is you can zip line up and take off.
Okay, that's pretty sick.
And if that's not fast enough for you, you can always pull out your personal vehicle, the Digirunner. Just hop on, hit boost, and get rolling.
You can customize
Being able to
the
summon
body,
that out
paint
of
job, and even
midair
buttons.
was pretty sick too.
And because this is Borderlands, you best believe it has guns.
Very nice.
As you traverse, you'll encounter a host of dynamic events. From order patrols to world bosses, there's always something to shoot and loot.
How they figure out making these worthwhile over the long haul with like good enough loot or desirable loot is going to be the most interesting
thing. We're coming up on
thing.
an order outpost. Let's see the new movement abilities in action.
Chaining our new traversal abilities together makes combat more dynamic than ever. You can
Yeah,
dash
I like
in and out of
how-
melee attacks, dodge projectiles, or quickly reposition to gain an advantage.
Yeah, it's going to change things up quite a bit. I like it. Little ground slam. Some of these enemies look pretty interesting too. New designs from what we've seen past Borderlands. Yo, being able to grapple the barrels is nice. Interesting.
Now, I know that there's a vault fragment around here somewhere, but we've got a mission to get back to. Let's pull out Echo 4 to show us where to go.
We're meeting up with none other than the Tigra Partali herself, Amara. She's a former vault hunter and exotic pet sitter from Borderlands 3. She came to Kairos in search of Lilith and is now helping us take down the Timekeeper.
Don't you whine at me, Hermes. We'll play in a moment, huh? Ugh, you agree to pet sit for a few weeks, and the next thing you know, you're having full conversations with animals.
You don't use security like that unless you've got something to hide. This must be the path to the black side.
Agreed. But if Lilith is on the other side, I don't mind some property destruction.
Ooh, your specialty. Please, be my guest.
Yo, that creature in the next area is so funny looking.
Come, let's throw some light on this black site of his. This place is crawling with creeps. Clear them out.
Seeing past Vault Hunters come back is always such
been at the heart of Borderlands,
fun
and we
thing.
put a
Ooh.
ton of work into making it better than ever. Our improved lobby was just the start. You can also set your own campaign difficulty independently of the rest of the party. This way, everyone can tune the experience to their liking.
That's
You
crazy.
don't
I've
have
never
to
seen
worry
that
about
before.
looting and just stealing your drops, as loot is always instanced for each player. Plus, if you ever get split up, you can easily fast travel to your friends.
And two-player split screen returns so you can enjoy couch co-op. Regardless of how you play, we just want you to be able to hang with your buddies and have a great time.
Yeah, that's great. It's a step forward for this, for sure.
What the hell is that?
Tim, the Contagious.
Everyone else heard the talking creep, right?
Tim feels like the product of Lictor's twisted mind. Another of his experiments. If he's doing this to creeps, I shudder to think what he's doing to Lilith.
Kill
We need to get
Tim.
inside. That air vent. Let's check it out. Hermes is really creeped out in here. Not me, obviously. Hermes.
Now that we're in the black site, let's take a moment to talk about loot.
Yes, this is what we're here for.
In Borderlands 4, each piece of gear comes from one of 8 manufacturers with their own characteristics and trademarks. There's Jacobs, with crit-friendly black powder weapons.
Yeah.
The elemental expertise of Maliwan. Vladoff, who solve lower accuracy with more bullets. The toss to reload Tedior. Or Torg with explosions! We also have 3 new ones. The Order with powerful charge and release blasts, fully auto rippers, and the reliable, easy-to-use Daedalus, which can use multiple ammo types.
Interesting.
That's just the start. We've introduced an all-new licensed parts system. This allows for behaviors and abilities from multiple manufacturers to spawn in a single weapon. For instance, this flat-off assault rifle features a Torg mag, Hyperion shield, and a Model 1 elemental switch.
That's way more customization. That's actually great.
The higher the rarity, the more parts that can randomly spawn, creating wilder and
yeah.
wilder loot.
So that's very sick.
And that's before even getting into alt-fire modes, underbarrels, and elemental damage.
Having weapons be more versatile than ever is great. Rarity levels.
Playing with your favorite manufacturer, we've added enhancements. This new type of gear replaces artifacts and provides bonuses to specific manufacturers. Take my current enhancement. It adds a kill bonus to all guns with Daedalus parts, along with more reload speed and critical damage.
Oh, just with Daedalus parts.
This lets you min-max your build around your favorite manufacturer.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you necessarily have to have
into amazing
full Daedalus.
Finally, we've heard your feedback, and we've overhauled our drop rates and loot across the game. We've worked hard to make sure all our gear feels better than ever, while also making rarity matter again. This makes for our most satisfying loot chase ever. And at the top of everything are legendaries. These have always had unique effects that you won't find on any other piece of gear. But in Borderlands 3, they drop too often. This not only devalued legendaries, it made everything feel less valuable. In our new system, not only do all guns feel great, but now legendaries will truly be special events. We've added the magic back to our loot chase, and we know you'll love grinding all that great gear on Kairos.
Yeah, some of that looks, those
Let's
weapons
get
look
back
sick.
to combat so I can show you my favorite thing, Ordnance. This is the new gear slot for grenades and heavy weapons like rocket launchers.
Yo, this turret is sick.
Instead of taking up a gun slot and ammo, Ordnance now has cooldown timers. No more saving the big guns for boss fights. Now you can blow stuff up as often as you want.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Yo, we got a scorpion.
Before we go further, let's talk a little bit about action skills. Every Vault Hunter has a set of 3 unique action skills. These are class-defining abilities with devastating
Incarnate.
effects. Up until now, I'd been using Incarnate to deliver powerful phase blasts. But let's switch it up to Phase Familiar and
This
pull out
is
Trouble.
my jam.
As you can see, each action skill has its own branching skill tree, giving you more build freedom than ever before.
Very
On top
sick.
of passive skills, you can further customize action skills with augments and capstones. These are socketed enhancements that add new behaviors and functions to your action skill.
Different builds completely change how combat plays out, resulting in near endless freedom to experiment. You can swap unlock augments or capstones on the fly, or completely respec your skill trees at hubs around Kairos.
This gives us a chance to talk about traits. Each Vault Hunter has a unique passive ability called a trait. For Vex, her action skills attune to the element of her equipped weapon. So by swapping guns, I can change Trouble's damage from kinetic to shock, fire, or
that's
any
sick.
other elemental type.
Wait, I
And
love
also,
that.
you can pet the cat.
Of course, that's
Damned.
fantastic.
Or is it? Let's see where this vent
Yeah,
takes
I'm
us.
definitely maining Vex. What?
God. Are those test tubes?
I like that slam. That's a sick pistol too. The recoil is insane.
I'm down. But thankfully, our fight for your life mechanic makes a return. Of course, I could have avoided it in the first place if I had just used my ref kit. This new piece of gear provides health and other buffs, like temporarily boosting my elemental damage, rate of fire, or movement speed.
I'm almost afraid to ask what's in the tube.
Oh, look at these guys. Are those crystals growing out of them?
Oh, that's gnarly.
By the way, if you're looking to experience the story again or just grind for loot, we've added full mission and boss replay. That's right, no more save loading to run bosses. Now you can return to the arena and use Moxie's big encore machine to spawn another run.
That's fantastic.
We'll talk more about endgame later. For now, let's jump ahead and show you something truly badass.
A boss? Yes, let's go. This guy looks sick.
Our bosses are bigger and better than ever, putting all your new skills, gear, and abilities to the ultimate test.
Mr. Hands. Okay, yeah, this is crazy. I love this. If this is the boss they're showing off to,
spoilers. That's enough of that for now.
I feel like we're gonna get some pretty
We look forward
interesting
to showing
ones.
you much more this June at our first hands-on gameplay event.
And from everyone at Gearbox, thank you for joining us.
That's sick. Yeah, I'm all in. I know people are on the fence, but I am not. Looks awesome. Looks awesome. September 12th. So, grand scheme of things. Some of the things that I think people were on the fence about, I feel like was answered here. Obviously, Endgame is something that I understand they don't want to spoil too much, but I do feel like that's something they will have to at least address a little bit. I think the Vault Hunters look way better than we initially thought, and people were initially saying. I think their skills look interesting. Vex looks unbelievable. Weapon rarity being important, so that way not only will getting a legendary feel special, but also hopefully that will lead to the purple weapons being in your inventory a lot more. Once you started getting legendaries in Borderlands 3, there was no reason to use anything else almost any of the time, so it was very, very difficult to like care about the loot outside of, like, if I wasn't a legendary drop, it didn't matter anymore, which happens in looter shooters, but I think that's a big change in the right direction. Environment looks good. Enemy variation looks pretty solid. The changes, I like them personally. To the grenade slot, to like not having a grenade but having that turret, I would think is a fair trade-off, and something, or a rocket launcher sounds pretty good. Other than that, yeah, I think this was a really, really good step forward for anybody who was concerned on the fence, anything like that. I'd love to hear from you guys, though. What do you guys think in the comments down below? Is there anything you liked or didn't like? I'd love to hear what everybody else in the community is saying, and I'll probably do a deeper breakdown of Vex specifically, and also some of the weapons we saw in the next coming days as well. But I'm really hyped. I can't wait till the summer showcase to hopefully get hands-on with the game, and yeah, this looks awesome. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Like the video as always, comment, subscribe, have a good one, and I'll catch you all later.